Welcome to a very special edition of Coach's Corner. With me, a special guest, Nikki Bethurum, AWC head softball coach. Thank you very much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
All right, you've accomplished much this season. Let's go ahead and get into this list because, folks, this is downright impressive. Look at the overall record, and, AWC owned their conference. 39-5 overall in the ACCAC. Yeah, of course, the Region 1 champions as well, and getting to the first NJCAA tournament since the Pam Stone era, not to mention a number of All-Americans on your team. So, Coach, with that being said, did you believe this was going to happen before your season even began?
Well, we knew we had the capability. We knew we had the players that put in the dedication and the hard work in the off season, and so it was nice to see us carry on from the fall to the spring and continue to work hard and get better as the season progressed.
Now, speaking of the season progressing, it didn't take long for you guys to progress at all. Case in point, very hot start. 20-3 to start the season off. How important was that for your overall success this season?
Well, especially the conference record. The tournament was nice to get our feet wet, get the idea of what the competition's going to look like. It was the conference opening to open up with so many wins in conference that really helps out. It kind of gets the momentum going and through. We kind of said we want to try to win every game in February if we can to get that season open, to get into March when we start hitting some of the tougher competition, and we were able to do that. It was really nice.
And one of the impressive things was your road record. You guys were flat out road warriors.
Yes. Yeah, especially because I think this year we spent half the beginning of the season at home, and then the other half of the season, second half, was pretty much all away.
Okay, so now we go back to 2013. It was disappointing in the sense that you guys barely missed out on the Region 1 playoffs. That big disappointment, how much did that factor into 2014's run for the NJCAA tournament?
Well, I think that helped us prepare a little better in the off season. I mean, we knew we just barely missed the tournament, and so I think the sophomores that came back decided, put together a hard fight in the fall for us to work hard at practice, and because they knew we just barely missed it. We just need a little more hard work and to get there.
Now, finally, moments often define a season. What particular moment in your mind defined your season and in which game?
I would probably have to say the extra inning home game we had against Central Arizona close to the end of the first round of play. I think it was a final a 9 or 10 inning game, and to tie it, Central had come and scored 2 runs, and we had our international tiebreaker runner at second, and we had like an out, maybe no outs or 1 out, and Robin came up to bat, and we kind of knew we needed a home run from Robin to tie it to keep us going, and she was able to take a pitch about a foot outside over the fence for us to tie the game to get us into that last inning to win.
I think if you had one theme, or at least one of your major themes, is no quitting, because you guys were either behind or lost big the game before and just rally back the next game, and I think that's one of the things that defined you guys.
Yeah, that confidence at the plate really helped, because that let us know that we could score 3, 4, 5 runs in an inning if we had to, whether it was the beginning of the game or the end of the games.
Now we get to talk about the offseason and 2015. And first and foremost, you had a lot of great players this season. Half of them, though, are taken off. Half of them are bouncing, and we're going to go ahead and get into that right now. Big-time difference makers. What are you going to lose with all these players?
Well, the sophomores had a lot of great leadership on the field. They came back hungry after the 2013 season, knowing they wanted to win this time around, and so I think that helped, build the need to work hard in the off season to get ready for the spring, and just to give a little bit of knowledge to the freshmen coming in on what they need to do to be successful.
And Alvara Marquez also gave you some power as well that really propelled you in some respects.
Yeah, both and Summer, and even Sam was able to contribute for I think 5 or 6 home runs herself too. So I mean, they just really worked hard to get their swings where they need to be to help us out, either with power hitting or just just singles and just hitting runners in.
All right, now as far as your returners go, the cupboard by no means bare. Let's go ahead and get into this list. Among them, you have Ashley Rex, Bailey Bourne, and of course Bethany Olea. Now, this nucleus, what do they bring to the table, and what are your expectations for them in 2015?
Well, I mean, all 4 of these guys were very key players for us. I mean, Ashley had a ton of wins in the pitching circle, and then both Bailey, Bria, and Bethany all over 300. Bethany being an All-American, hit over 400 all year. So I mean, they were key in our lineup, helping us get some of those runs in when we needed it. And Bailey played an excellent shortstop, getting stuff in the corner, getting stuff up the middle and in the 5-6 hole when we needed an out too. So I mean, they're really going to help us this next year, and hopefully they can be. And I can see where they can be good leaders for the freshmen. So I hope they are able to do it and take the role and run with it.
Speaking of Ashley Rex, your starting pitcher, at least one of them, now she's coming back. Talk about the fact that, her emergence from last season and, I mean, your whole pitching staff as a whole, as far as what Matador fans can expect for next season as far as your pitchers go.
Well, Ashley's coming back, and she's definitely going to be one of our key starters, and she's excellent at the mound. She's got a great work habit in the bullpens during practice, and I think that gives her a lot of confidence to know that she can hit her spots during the game, and she had great movement, great velocity, and so I just hope to see her keep growing and keep getting better. And she's got an idea what the league looks like now and what she might work better at to get a couple extra strikeouts here or there, or just lessen a few hits here and there. And I know she's got the willpower and the ability to get better and work hard. So.
Okay, so 2013, we mentioned this in the earlier interview, ended in disappointing fashion. You didn't get to the Region 1 tournament. And then, all of a sudden, you turn around and have great success this past season going to the NJCAAs. Now that you have all this success, how do you keep from your team being lax on those accomplishments and keeping them hungry going into 2015?
Well, the nice thing now is we know we can get there. You always say with a team, okay, our goal is to get to the national tournament or get to the region tournament. Well, now we can definitely say we've been there, and we know what it takes to get there. And it was, we know what we have to do to get there. We know what we have to do to work on to get there. And so now the goal is definitely going to be to win it, to win some more games there, get us back there, win some more games. So I think that's what we can actually work for, because I know we got a little more stress at the national tournament, hadn't been there before, got a little nervous, and I think that played a little bit of a factor on how we played there. So hopefully, having been there now, we can say, okay, we know what we need to get done to win there, and we can work on that in the off season and get us back.
Well, your team is exciting to watch, and more exciting things to come, we're sure. Thank you very much again
Thank you
for being with us.